What was that place we used to go to? Was it?
Ugly Woglies.
Oh my God.
Texas barbecue.
That place was so disgustingly delicious. I'm here with Lishy Nutter, and today we're talking delicious barbecue with friends who love to give each other the business.
But Dr. Hoggly Woglies is a little, probably 20 booths, and they do Texas-style barbecue that is just incredible.
I've been looking for good Texas barbecue. I'm gonna have to check that place out because there's not that much. There's not very many good.
The one I'm talking about is in LA. I'm just talking about as far as geographically.
Oh, it's in North Hollywood, right? Technically, no.
North Hills.
North, yeah, not the best neighborhood.
Panorama City, North Hills.
Is there any good barbecue in Chicago? Because I've found okay barbecue, but after having Texas barbecue, it's yeah.
It's been 30 years since I've been there, but Leon's was really good. Carson's was kind of an upscale. There was a delivery place on the north side because I used to live in the city, Barry's, and they had rib tips. That's what you need to look for. Look for places that serve rib tips. Then you'll get like the sloppy cartilage.
Yeah, I like the cartilage. There's a rib tips place here in Michigan that has the rib tips, and they give you a whole giant box of it.
And that's for the rib tips.
So crunchy and so good, slimy.
I almost like cartilage more than the meat, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I like a little fight in my food, a little fight.
So rib tips and chitterlings, chitlins, and food that is typically peasant food, the food that you wouldn't serve the king.
This I could put it.
Pork loin is the lean, and the center cut spare ribs are the things that you would give the chancellery, I guess. I don't know what you call them, the royalty, but the in the kitchen and in the servants' quarters and then the peasants would get the leavings, which are stuff like rib tips, little tiny chunks. You got to fight for the meat on them. It's almost like oxtail.
I've had oxtail too.
Like oxtail
I like
is
oxtail.
Unctuous and delicious. It's like if beef had a dark meat, it's like chicken thighs. Oxtail is like chicken thighs. It's so delicious. And that's what rib tips are like. You got to fight through them. So if you're looking for barbecue in Chicago, that's if I was there, that's what I'd be looking for, is a place that has rib tips.
I'm gonna take that advice. Yeah, I've had Austin, like legit Austin barbecue a couple times living in Texas, and my favorite experience, it was all out of this world. No other barbecues compared to it was LA barbecue and Franklin barbecue were the two top places that I've been to. At LA barbecue, we had we got $120 beef rib bone, and me and my friend, we split it. It was $120 for one rib.
That's how LA is. That's for sure.
And it was worth it. I would buy another one in a heartbeat. It was one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life. Oop, what was that?
Well, also when fishermen in oldie times, when they used to sell their fish, all the crabs and the lobsters that would get in, they would take it to their kids because they couldn't sell it because they were seen as cockroaches of the sea in those days.
Well,
so they were eating delicious lobster. So lobster was also peasant food for a while.
In the olden timey days, lobster was absolutely peasant food. It was considered. At one point, they had to make a law that they couldn't serve lobster more than X times a week to prisoners because they looked at it as cruel and unusual. This is in England. I think it was maybe Shakespeare or maybe Dickens type times. But
yeah, so the kids of the fishermen would be like, lobster again, right? And now I'm dying for a delicious lobster roll place here. There isn't one. I love a lobster roll. God damn. Lobster rolls are so good.
Do they have lobster in Lake Mead? Does lobster live in Lake Mead? Or not Mead, Lake Michigan?
No
lobster in Lake Michigan.
No, it's freshwater.
I don't know how these things work.
Lobster's
it's connected to the ocean.
You can ask their gills, but they don't filter that the same magic. So no, they don't have. And I would think that they would have seafood here, interesting seafood, but they kind of don't. Yeah. There is the whitefish here in the lake, which is pretty delicious apparently.
There's salmon too. There's lots of salmon in Lake Michigan.
Yeah, down in Michigan City, Indiana. That's where the inlet. There's a lot.
You would think, but here not so many good. Like they still have a Red Lobster here. Like that's their seafood, which isn't good or the warranted, and rather expensive for what it is, frankly. And the Red Lobster is going out of business, but they still have one here.
Oh man, someone better, keep the cheesy biscuits going though. The cheddar biscuits, I feel like were the best thing there. Coincidentally, not seafood, but those cheddar cheesy biscuits are absolutely fantastic.
When I was a kid, we went to Florida from Chicago, and this was like 74, 75, and that's where we discovered Red Lobster. And they had, for the first time, we tried a thing called Hush Puppies.
Hush Puppies, yes.
And that was before they ever had any cheddary biscuits or anything. But man, we would go through several baskets of these Hush Puppies. They were amazing.
I feel like most Hush Puppies I've had are really bad, but when you get a good Hush Puppy, yeah. But when you get like a good, moist, flavorful Hush Puppy, they're some of the best. So good. Good
Deep
Hush
fried.
Puppies.
They're like falafel for nor'easter.
Yeah,
they really are.
Falafels are the same because most falafels I've had, you could throw them at tanks, I would imagine is what you would do. Like they're just really hard and you would use them as ammunition. I wouldn't eat those, but there was one place that had amazingly like soft, flaky falafels, and it's really hard to find a good falafel as well. And Hush Puppies, I think, are the same way.
In California, there's or in Los Angeles, there's a small restaurant chain called Zankou Chicken.
Yes.
And they have, I guess, there was a split in the family.
Yeah, I'd say so. You know what happened?
Yeah, hang on, but the Zankou chain, some of them are really good and some of them are awful. And the places that I like have the amazing, flaky, yummy, delicious falafel. And so I ordered it at the other one they built near my house, and it was ammunition. And tell the story of Zankou. It's quite fascinating.
The son made it from the mother's recipe of this delicious chicken, and the chicken is really good. And then his sister, I think, and the mom, he got married to this lady, and they wanted to like cut them out, the sister and the mom. And then so the guy ended up killing the sister and his mom because of a fight that they had about ownership rights and such. So when I used to go there or like order it, I would tell my mom and my sister, this is chicken good enough to kill your mother and your sister for. Like that's really good.
Did you say that?
Suicide.
No, he murdered them, and then he killed himself.
That would be the definition of a murder-suicide.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't hear the murder-suicide part. I just thought you said. I thought you said. I heard it was suicide. Is what I thought you said.
My buddy says chicken good enough to kill for.
It is literally. I used to tell my mom and my sister, I'm like, this chicken is so good, I would murder you both for it because it's really.
You told me about one of their like local access cable commercials was chicken so good I could eat even the bones.
Yes, so good you could eat even the bones.
Would you say that to your mom while you're standing in line to order there?
No, but when I would see them, I would, and if I was eating it at the time, which I often was, because it was delicious for a while. It got really bad later, but originally when they opened, it was so good because it was like
some of the locations still are great.
Yeah, some of the locations are really good. Like you have to find a good one, and then just
and they have this little plastic tub of this garlicky paste,
the garlic butter thing, which isn't butter. Yeah, it's that garlic smear stuff. It's so good, and I put that right on the chicken and just shove it all in my mouth. So good.
So good.
Mm. Yeah, they're not messing around. Like
it has one of the ingredients
to die for.
One of the ingredients that make it like into a buttery paste is potato.
It might be. It might be. That's what because it is very spreadable.
Yeah. It's like butter, but it doesn't have butter in it.
Yeah, there's a place here, this kebab place here that has it also, that same stuff. But yeah, I don't know how they make that Wonder Cream.
Ooh, so good. Have you ever taken like the whole garlic thingy and you cut off the top and you can fill it with olive oil and then bake it, and then the garlic cloves get all mushy and you can just smear that on bread and like
Yeah, my friend Gary, who is can't stop saying that he's from Spain, used to make sandwiches for us, and then he would always do that. Like he would take garlic and stuff, and then like pre-cook them, and then kind of do like and then what is that disgusting stuff that pate? Is it pate? I don't like it. But he would take that with garlic and then put it on the bread and then make sandwiches. Like he would put it on the bread first, toast it so it get all into the bread, and then make sandwiches out of it. Delicious. And
Yeah,
I would
so
never, it never occurred to me.
Pate is liver. So like
Yeah,
in my family, we would have liver sausage, Oscar Mayer liver sausage.
Oh. Yeah, but like it's that kind of, it never occurred to me to preload the bread and then cook the bread and then make the sandwiches with it. It's very good when you do that. But it's so many steps. I want to do it for myself, but why?
I can't be bothered with that.
Can't be bothered with that bonus.
Oh man.
That's my line, you three dummies. And you wouldn't know good barbecue if it bit you in your flat asses.
So I have tallied our votes, and feel free to write in the comments section who you think is never right in this episode.
I'm not even in this episode, and the three of you are never right, like always. But especially about good barbecue bonus.
You're never right.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want more content from the Never Right podcast.